Welcome to Center Heist Productions. Please hit the like and subscribe down below in your right hand corner. And thank you to my subscribers and followers of the channel as we've designed a reputable Habs channel here that focuses on being integral. Okay, we'll put it that way. We don't jump on Rumorville here. So anyway, please share it with your friends and family. That would be great to help the channel progress as we have a good community here. And if you come across the channel, please subscribe and hit the likes. Please don't leave without doing that. That helps us progress and grow the channel. Got the hiccups here. Anyway, I wanted to promote Aurora Contracting. Um, Again, I tried to get this to visualize in, and I do have a flyer that got made, but got to figure out how to transport it to the channel. I haven't figured that out yet. So anyway, uh, check them out. They do great work in contracting renovations, and the owner, president, Glenn George Thomas. Great individual. Um, you can contact his business number at 1-782-409-9999 and use the code Andrew. All right. Tell him Andrew sent you, and that would be great. They do great work. And if you want reasonable costs, you'll get quality work. And then if another person that works, I get my computer equipment. He builds equipment, does a great job. Check him out. These are all in HRM, Nova Scotia. James Sabian, computer technician, and he does a lot of the um, computer equipment here for me, and he does a great job, great prices. And you can contact him at 902-221-4976 if you would like to have a computer built or that type of thing. He's a great technician to assist you. Great guy. So they're both wonderful guys. So that's why I promote them here. Anyway, so let's talk. This is a review of the Habs uh, game last night. As we knew, we projected they would lose. I project this is it. Like I said, I thought that Flyers game spelled it out for us. And now the New York Rangers and the Columbus Blue Jackets have moved ahead of the Montreal Canadiens. We have a game in hand on the Rangers, but if they capitalize on the game, and they seem to have a softer schedule, and that's why I said I thought they were going to take this. And Columbus has a game today, so against Ottawa, that's going to play huge importance. And Columbus is fighting; they're showing fight, whereas the Habs, it's just not there. We came out and had a great start last night, and that was it. We just weren't enough to compete defensively. We just kept having too many errors. All right, so let's get it off. 4-1 was the final. I mean, we got to start scoring. You can't win games with one goal. And Monty actually played a solid game. So first period 1-1. Second period, Carolina takes over 2-0. And in the third period, they add one. Anderson gets the win in net for them. Frederick Anderson and Montembeau played for us. Hall gets a game-winning goal. Sebastian Ahu and Taylor Hall scored at 2:24 apart in the second period, and the Carolina Hurricanes beat the slumping Montreal Canadiens 4-1 Friday night. Jason Blake had a goal and 2 assists. He was incredible last night, and what can you say about Svechnikov? He was back in the lineup, of course. We seem to be having that type of luck. Also scored, and Seth Jarvis had 2 assists. They were all solid, played really strong. Um, Anderson only had to stop 14 shots. That tells you how badly what we put on him. You think you're going to win with that many shots? Not with a great team like that. So it's just not looking good for the Canadians whatsoever. I think now you can say they let it slip away from them. All right, first star, Jake uh, or Jay Blake, 1 goal, 2 assists, +2. He was phenomenal in that game. Ahu had a strong game, 1 goal, +2. Taylor Hall had a goal and was even. Scoring summary, Josh Anderson, what a great goal. Beautiful cross feed from Brendan Gallagher through traffic. What a and Dvorak started the play, so they both got the assists. But Galley to feed that through Anderson in front of the net, just gliding lightly back as the pass coming to him, and he just wires it and beats Anderson. Beautiful shot. 23 seconds in. It looked good for the Canadians then, but boy, oh boy, didn't take long for Carolina to respond. 41 seconds. That's just a matter of 20 some odd seconds. Um, Jackson Blake scores and again unassisted, and that's the way that went. That tied the game up, and that just kind of took some of the air out of the balloon for us, deflated us. And the second period started. Taylor Hall 13:46, assisted by Blake. Seth Jarvis on the power play, and they're just too dangerous on the power play. And then Sebastian Aho, assisted by Seth Jarvis and Jackson Blake. And just not pretty. Third period, empty net. Svechnikov wasn't going to be denied, assisted by Martinikov, Martinick, sorry, and that was an empty netter. This was just ridiculous. They didn't even have a phenomenal amount of shots on us. Now, mind you, I thought Sam was played better than he has with the rest. 25-15 were the shots on goal. You're not going to win hockey games with 15 shots, and that's 25 shots for Carolina. Hits 22-16 for Habs. Faceoffs 32-26 for the Habs. 0 for 2 on the power play for the Habs. 1 for 3 for Carolina. Penalty minutes 8-6 for the Habs. Giveaways 9-16 for Carolina, and we just couldn't capitalize on them. Takeaways 5-3, and they capitalize on their very few chances, and 3 for Habs, 5 for Carolina. Block shots 21-10. We did much better in that department, but we gotta be able to capitalize on the power plays. And our forecheck is hurting. Forecheck, I just don't find we're retrieving pucks, and that's really the issue here. Hate to say this, Lane Hudson got burnt when he took a penalty. Um, Too many penalties in this game, but Montreal did not play well. And on one of those goals, what a bonehead play! And I usually um, pump up Arbor Jack guy, but I'm going to tell you what. Uh, that there was a goal with him and Carrier on the ice, and see if I can find it here. Uh, and he glides to the side, and Carrier's got his position. I don't know what's gone through, what goes through their heads, and I've seen that it's not just him. I've seen this in a lot of their games. Stay the hell on your side and do your job. Yeah, that was bonehead, Arbor. You cost us a goal there, and I'm usually with it, on his side in those areas. He doesn't make such a critical mistake to that degree, and that was just terrible. I'm just going to see if I can see it here. Um, no, that's not it. So yeah, it was just a terrible. Yeah, here it is there, and what a bonehead play. And it was Sebastian Ahu's goal. And really, like, why did he feel the necessity? He turned a 3-on-2 into a 2-on-1, which is much worse and makes it much harder for the goaltender and much harder to defend. He had to stay in position. 9 times out of 10, the 3-on-2s, it just takes a little too much work for them to go right. And it gives a chance for one of our forwards to get back there to catch up to the third man. But for him to cross over, and Montreal's been doing this in their games, not just Arbor. He just got busted last night, and yes, it's a bonehead play, and he needs to wake up to that. Um, But in Montreal again, we got a couple guys just got to clean their game. Defensively, we got to clean up our game. I just didn't really like overall. I just want to see. There's not enough physicality. It was good to see Gooley back. However, he got burnt on one too. His defense partner was out of not in, didn't have his positioning. We've been seeing that a lot. I don't. I'm glad that Newhook's having it. He's. We've been saying it. He's playing much better offensively with his speed, using it, and that's great. But I want to see him do something with it. Don't tell me he's playing good defense hockey, because no, he's not. He's doing a lot of standing around in his defensive game. That's got to change. And again, when he's going in for a forecheck, make the forecheck, make that speed count, and take a body. He's so afraid of the physical game; it's ridiculous. Josh Anderson was really well in the start of this game. After that hit, though, he seemed to fizzle out, and that was quite a hit there. But overall, we're not even showing any damn passion to get back in the games. Nobody wants to step up and do anything. Jake Evans, I don't know, brother. Played a little better last night for him. Him and Army are just, especially Jake. It's just so noticeable. Like I said, Army, I think we know since he sat out that game, and we know you seen the night before, what I talked about before when he got hit, and he hasn't been the same. He's playing gingerly, so I think he's playing with an injury, and I think a lot of guys are playing with injuries at this point, like Josh has been all year. Galley, good strong game. That line to me has been the best line we've had. Is line three: Anderson, Galley, and Dvorak. Dvorak's playing incredible hockey too. Uh, Line four: Heineman playing strong, but boy, he got rocked last night. But the good thing about that kid, he keeps coming. Doesn't let it put him out of the game. He keeps it coming. We just got to get much cleaner in our own end and stop this back and forth, because we're no good at it. Once we start going one direction and back and throwing that puck back, what, you think you're confusing them? They see this all the time, that that's all you do, and you get busted every time you do it. Why are we using a method that is not working for our players? They don't know how to do this. When they're in trouble, if they're at that point, I'd rather see you clear it out down the ice any day of the week. Start getting it out of your zone and just focus on that. But this tipsy doodle, because like I said, Lane Hudson got burnt last night. Yes, he did on a goal. He didn't have his man, and that's when he was with Gooley. That's who it was, his partner, and he didn't have his man covered. Love Lane, and yes, he created a lot of offense. So that's what gets him in great graces, is because he does so much. If he does make a boo boo, and he did make a boo boo. Um, like I said, Arbor Jack, I made a boo boo on one goal too. And then we know, like a couple other defensemen are struggling a bit. I don't think Carrier and Matheson are having the success they had. Um, it's the defense is taking a pounding right now, and Monty, I can't even get on his case. Again, though, because the team is not giving the goaltenders the support, you're unable. These goaltenders are not at the quality to, like I said, for Dobish, he's got an excuse. He's sat far too long, and he played half decent for being coming off and being cold. You know, coming in that way and not playing all is the amount of time he has. And last night, Monty responded with a bit of rest. He played a lot better. But this team is in trouble. They're not going to make the playoffs. I've said it, and I'm saying it. If you think for 1 minute the way we're playing, we're going to take Florida, Florida's going to be real happy. We got 2 games left against them with 10 games left, and our schedule. I don't know, man. Some of these announcers, analysts, or whatever, we got a half decently tough schedule there. 2 games against Florida. I guarantee you they're going to want both of those games just to solidify their positioning in the standings. And to get back at us because we've taken 2 games from them and even the record a bit. And we're not playing to match anybody right now. We're just playing pathetically. It's like we've got no gas left. I said that all along. It's like, where are the Habs? They played okay. They played a little better than they did the night before. Um, Still just not well enough. It's not enough continually. They can't seem to play 60 minutes of hockey. Um, they can't hold, like when they get a lead, like after Anderson's goal, you should have been, don't take the foot off the pedal and get sloppy, but they got to clean it up. And the forecheck needs a lot of help. I've been saying this, line one has got to do a lot more than what they've been doing. Because, yeah, just because we said we need some production from other lines, line one has got to have those moments where they produce a few points. What they're doing right now is not cutting it. It's just not cutting it against the opposition. And unless line one starts producing, I'm not really happy with the production of the line right now. I just don't think they're giving enough. I think there's not enough physicality from the line. I like Susie's game. Caulfield gives you the effort. Um, Slav does at times, but he doesn't use his physicality near enough. And that's my knock against him right now. I just don't tell me you're playing anywhere near Kachuk, because you not even close. You're not tying his shoelace at the moment. And he didn't have a bad game, but the production of that whole line anyway, and that's on all three of them, is not up to where it needs to be. They got to do more. Line two, other than Alex Newhook's thankfully having some speed right now, I think it was a great move to have the seventh defenseman. That seemed to help a little bit, but it's the forwards in the defensive play as well. It's the whole combination, and it's this, like I said, it's the scheme, this back and forth. When you're not good enough at it, you instead of getting yourself out of trouble, they create putting themselves in trouble. And it's like Hudson did it once, Jack I did it once. Bring the trouble on to me. Matheson did it once. These guys, those three, did it. Each of them. Matheson was a guilty party last night as well. So the three of those defensemen, it's like, bring the trouble to us and let's see if we can come back. That can't happen. That just can't happen. You're supposed to be pushing for a playoff spot. Now you just lost it and you had every opportunity. Everybody was playing so poorly. You blew it. You blew it. You can look back at this and say, like that Philadelphia and then next St. Louis, those you had to win there. And last night was winnable, even against a great team. Carolina's great in their building, but it was winnable. There is no doubt about it. It was winnable. And somebody, like for me, it's Jackeye and Struble. When we need a boost, you got to pick a time, because sometimes those are your strengths. I start questioning, what the hell are you in the lineup for? And Struble has played well. I got no knock on Struble when Hudson was out of position. Uh, Actually, I think that was, yeah, yeah, when he got out of position, Struble had his man. Um, it's yeah, but I think yeah. So, you know, actually, that was Gooley though. That was with him. But I've seen different plays where um, Ghouls has, or not Ghouls, Struble has at least been better in the coverage in his own end. And the rest of the boys, I like Struble's game. Gooley played well last night. Um, I think they got to work with their pairings. And like I said, for me, um, the toughness side of things, though, needs to come out a whole lot more. It seemed like Gooley was the only one back end really consistent with the hits, and he was nowhere near himself. You could see he couldn't put out. Yeah, although he rocked somebody once pretty heavily, but other than that, he usually hits hard continually, and he wasn't that just coming back from injury. But we got to get that intensity from Jackeye, Struble. That's supposed to be the physicality end of it for those guys. They got to bring it. Our forwards got to bring it, and our forecheck is really killing us. We're not retrieving pucks. That has to change if we have want any hope. I think we're done now. I think proud of them. They got to the 11 game mark, and we're in the mix, and they're still in the mix. But I think they lost. That's the 11 game mark. I think they've where that wild card spot has changed hands. I don't think you're going to see us back in it. We'll be in a bit of the fight, and that's good. But these guys didn't want it bad enough. Columbus is showing you a team that wants it bad enough. And so, New York at least pushed their game to gain the point, and they went ahead. They're ahead now for that wild card spot, but um, both Columbus and Montreal have the game in hand. So it's going to get interesting down the stretch here. And you look at our schedule. I don't like our schedule whatsoever. I don't think it's as simple. I think we got some really tough teams to play on our list. Where Ottawa has an easy schedule. Rangers got an extremely easy schedule. So I think Columbus and Montreal have the tougher schedules. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, thank you for watching. You've seen it here at Center Heist Productions, where the puck drops first. Um, we'll catch you in the next review tomorrow after the Florida game. I don't expect a lot because I think Florida's going to want to solidify their position where the top teams are starting to play and get ready for the playoffs. Anyway, thank you for watching. Um, leave your comment. Tell me what you thought of the game. I've been disgusted with these games of late. The last since up until Ottawa, I've seen the change. Yeah, they had a little bit of fight in Colorado, but after that, it's just not enough fight. No consistency. Thank you for watching. We'll catch you in the next review. Go Habs, go! But I am proud of them for they just played over their heads. Need that second line center. God bless.